Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Basically, as I was saying in the beginning, when I was out there in my home talking to you, and again, if you're finding good information with this content, just give me 2 thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as each day I go through my diaries or video logs to let you know how life in the gig economy or the delivery services is in reality. And you're right now here with me in reality. So basically, as I said, time is very important. And when you're dealing with high levels of uncertainty, sometimes your mind goes in different directions and you start to say to yourself, well, it looks like it's kind of slow right now. Maybe I should go do this, or maybe I should go do that. Time is money. You're trading time for money. When you start doing this, you have to have a strong level of time management. I kid you not. Kid you not. Okay? Time management is key. All right? And if you choose to work 9 hours, do your best to stay in market for 9 hours. In market is the time that you start and the time that you end, because the time that you start and the time that you end are the only things that you can control. You can't control the weather. You cannot control ups and downs. You cannot control, even now, I'm waiting for deliveries to be sent to me. So it's taking time, okay? I don't know when they're going to come or when they're not going to come, but I'm in market now, okay? And sometimes they go through like familiar patterns, because our minds are always built on familiarity. We're always trying to find familiar patterns, even in uncertainty. But so that you don't get frustrated, or you don't get antsy or bored, always have certain things to do. Right now, I'm doing this YouTube video. Great opportunity for me. Adjust this right here. Great opportunity for me to create this in real time while I'm waiting for a delivery. Okay? While I'm waiting for a delivery. Okay? Nothing's coming through, but I'm waiting. So I seize the moment to create my YouTube channel, to put it out there for people like you and me who are in the gig economy, who don't really talk about this. Talk about being by themselves, talk about the ups and downs and emotions when things are slow, when things go bad. I normally hear the negative and the positive, but I never hear the in-between. Okay, like, how do you handle your thoughts when you're out here? Remember, it's just you by yourself. Just you and your thoughts. Okay? How do you handle stuff out here when it's slow? Okay? These are things that are sometimes not discussed, or I've never really heard it online. I've heard great things about DoorDash. I've heard bad things about DoorDash and all the other apps, but never the in-between. Like, how do you deal with that? And that's called your emotions, because certain things can set you off here. Imagine you're out here for 8 hours. You're out here for 9 hours. You're out here for 10 hours. I don't know how many hours you're probably just doing this as like maybe a side hustle, and it's only 3 or 4 hours, no biggie. Piece of cake. That time goes by very fast. But when you're out here all day, and I guarantee you every hour has its challenges. Every hour has its unpredictability. Let's take, for instance, Amazon. When you work for Amazon, you basically go to the warehouse, you pick up the merchandise, you distribute it to the places. They get about maybe 200 or 300 stops per day, depending on how long. Of course, they have their own challenges. Here, you're picking up a different delivery every hour on the hour. It could be food delivery, it could be grocery deliveries, and so many opportunities there for anything uncertain to happen. This is not a perfect system. But below that is your emotions and your feelings that you have to handle when you're out there. Okay? There are just certain things you cannot control. And with those things you cannot control, you have to be able to be kind to yourself. Be good to yourself. Always remember the 3 basic rules. If you have all three apps on at full strength, if you're working your market and you're working your hours, you will generate an income. You don't know how much you're going to generate, but you're going to generate an income. Okay? Time is an important factor. Do not mess with your time. Okay? Now, when I hear that word, time is money, oh man, I take it very serious. Work-life balance, take that very serious. If you're planning on doing this as a profession, a career, no different than a doctor, no different than a lawyer, no different than anybody else, okay? And they work long hours, okay? Then you have to treat your time very, very like with respect. You know, like create that work-life balance where you want to have 2 days off, maybe even 3 days off. But when you know you're going to work 10 hours, you work those 10 hours. That's your time to generate income, okay? In your market, following those 3 basic steps. And you're doing your best. And always remember, you're doing your best, and your best is good enough. That's what I say to myself every day. I'm my own boss. I'm my own good person. And I know how to talk to myself. And I see my successes. I trust myself because I believe in my words, my actions, myself, and I am thankful for my many successes. So I'm self-motivated. I'm good. Okay? I know how much I have to make and what numbers I have to hit. And in between those 2 things, you have to learn to be good to yourself. You have to learn to not beat yourself up so much. Okay? And coming from an environment where numbers were the big thing, corporate numbers, and no matter how well you did, they always beat you up all the time. And if you know me from that job, you know what job I'm talking about. I don't want to mention no names. So, but I took that and I realized that, okay, I could take that same skill set of sales, apply it to this, but be gentle with myself. Be gentle with yourself. Okay, the fact that you can generate an income out here, the fact that you don't have to go on a job interview, the fact that you don't have to compete with other people for that job, but you can turn on an app or 3 apps, go out and generate income the same way you would working in that job and having a boss over you. It's a level of intoxication that's unprecedented. I'm telling you, I've never had something like this. And I think that's why I've been in it for like 6 years already. My first app was DoorDash. Then I branched off into Uber, then Postmates, and now I'm locked into just these 3 apps which generate my income because I don't want to overdo it. I have another one called Roadie, but I don't really use them that much because, again, I don't want to overdo it. Okay, I have to be very careful and not overdo it. Okay, once you find 2 good apps that can generate you an income stream, or 3, then just go into the market and just work that market. Now you own that market. It doesn't matter if you got 100 delivery drivers in that market. You own that market. It's yours. And if you treat your customers good and you treat them great and you see them over and over again, that market is yours. Keep your ratings up. Definitely your ratings, always. That market is yours. Okay? And it's almost like having a franchise, a mini franchise, but without the franchise cost. The only thing you have is just car repairs, gas, and food when you're out on the road. So, and notice how I've been talking this long and still nothing has come through. So this is what you've got to deal with. But you have to be good to yourself and realize that you're working the time. And as long as you're doing that, you're fine. Work the time and you'll be fine. Hope you enjoyed this moment. Have a great day today, and stick around for the next video on any content about this. And if you have any comments, leave them down below, and we will chat again soon.